Morning! Today's video is about this, the fastest tripod I've ever used, which is a weird statement. Let me explain. Now, over the years, I've used loads of tripods and I've reviewed loads of tripods, and I've always wondered, why can't they just make all of the legs extend out at once? And now Sirui have come out with this, their Traveller X carbon fibre tripod. Watch this. You simply twist the end and you extend all of the sections all at once, therefore making it at least 3 times quicker than a standard tripod. That is why this is the fastest tripod that I've ever used. Magic. For comparison, here is the KNF travel tripod that I reviewed on my channel about 2 years ago. I'll put a link up here. I would recommend you watch that because I actually compare quite a few different tripods and I give you lots of tips and tricks on what to look out for. This tripod takes on the traditional form of having a knuckle on each of the leg sections. So all you do is you twist them. Some different tripods have locking flips. These ones have twists, but essentially all tripods that I've ever used and ever seen have different locking mechanisms on each of the sections, and then you just twist them all, you extend them out, and then you tighten or lock each section. So on this tripod, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, and it's got 4 locking mechanisms, and you can see this takes considerably longer. Okay, so that tripod is now set up. In comparison to the Sirui, you just twist, extend, and then twist again. And now that is locked in place. Now the Sirui Traveller X also has 5 sections to it. And what I'll do is I'll hold it up to my microphone. When you twist it, you actually get an audible and a physical vibration so that you know when each section is unlocked. So you should hear 4 clicks. That way you know all 4 sections are undone. Now you might be thinking, surely I'm just limited to then having the tripod at its full height. But no, that's not the case. All you've got to do is, if you wanted it halfway, you can just unclick 2 of them, or you could just do it in a midpoint. All you've got to do is just turn it clockwise and it will lock into position. So you can have this tripod at any height you like. The Sirui Carbon Fibre Traveller X weighs in at 950 grams, folds down to 364 millimeters, and has a maximum height of 1.52 meters, which includes the center column. The tripod has a maximum load of 5 kilograms or 11 pounds. As well as a quick locking mechanism of the legs, which I've talked about, the center column is removable, enabling ground level shots as well as reversing the center column to get super low shots. The tripod has multiple 1/4-inch threads, which will allow you to attach accessories such as a microphone or a light, as well as a stabilizing hook to hang your bag on. So the design of this tripod is genius. However, there is a big problem, okay? I use Arca Swiss plates, and this is Arca Swiss compatible. But when I shoot video sometimes and landscapes, I use my L bracket, and the fitting of this only allows me to mount my camera on sideways. So because of the way that this video head works, if you had an L bracket, you can only mount your camera on it sideways, and then the pitch, which is the up and down movement of the camera, is now left to right. So that's obviously not what they intended. I've sent Sirui some feedback because I think the design of the video head could be improved a little bit. Even if this wasn't an L bracket on this camera and it was just a standard Arca Swiss plate, there is literally no tolerance in this locking nut here. So this is the nut that you turn in order to lock your camera in. You can see here that it's pretty much just flush with the underside of the camera, and therefore you actually get your finger stuck inside. This needs to just be positioned a bit lower down so that you can more comfortably just tighten up your camera onto the video head. Now, if you are traveling with this tripod, then you can't always be gifted flat level surfaces. So I'm on a hill right now. I'll show you what I'm typically up against. That camera there is on a tripod, and I've had to adapt one of the legs to make the camera level. Now, on a normal traditional tripod, you've got these knuckles on each of the sections. So if you set your tripod up on a hill, if you want to make your camera level, all you've got to do is just drop one of the legs until your camera is level. With this genius design, we don't have any knuckles to drop one of the legs. However, I have tried this and it does actually work. I don't know if it's recommended by Sirui, but you can just twist that and you can just drop one of the sections. So if I was trying to set this up on this hill right now, what I can do is just twist the carbon fibre, drop it, and then twist it. That seems to work just great actually. And the reason I'm happy that that works is because if you could only control the locking mechanisms from the foot, then I wouldn't want to use this in muddy conditions down on the beach, because essentially you're always going to be getting your hands dirty by actually touching the feet of this tripod. So I've been using this tripod for about 2 months now, and I have to say that the tripod legs are genius design, and I really hope that this extending mechanism makes its way onto all other tripods. It's the way forward for sure. I'm not a massive fan of the video head on this, but this comes as a combination. So if you wanted this tripod mechanism and you also didn't get along with the video head, then you're probably just gonna have to buy a separate video head. It's worth pointing out though that all video heads don't allow the roll mechanism. It's always just tilt and pan. So you have to rely upon the tripod legs to actually do the leveling. However, the design of this is just limiting in the fact that I couldn't mount my camera forwards on it. I had to mount it sideways. Plus, there's just not enough give in this mechanism to put your camera on there without trapping your finger in between the underside of your camera and this. I think the build quality of this is excellent. Carbon fibre, really lightweight. To give you an idea of how small this packs down, there you go. That is with the legs bent back on itself with the video head tucked inside there. So at the time of making this video, this tripod is £137 on their website, and that includes tax, but I think that there's an additional shipping cost. So in terms of a carbon fibre, solid, innovative design, it's actually pretty cheap. So in summary, this is pretty close to being the perfect travel tripod. It's lightweight, it's well made, it's relatively cheap. I can see this mechanism being adopted in other tripods in the future. So there you go. Whilst we are here, I am at the Chattery in Brighton. It's sunrise, I'm just waiting for the sun to come out. So let's take some photos. Nice quick review for you. If you've got any questions, then let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.